Welcome, Bob here with CanDoTechnologies.com and a tutorial on installing a WordPress blog using GoDaddy hosting. Before I get started, I'd like to recommend another YouTube video, Mike Appleton, How to Start a WordPress Blog. Now, Mike uses a different hosting provider, but watching his video gave me the idea of how to actually get going with a WordPress blog. I ended up going a completely different direction from him after I got my site going. So I will demonstrate how I did it, but he'll give you a good start, especially his recommendations of the various plugins to use. His video is slightly out of date, but the plugins are still all valid. They've been updated since his video, but I'd recommend that you use his recommended plugins. But again, I took a different direction, a different hosting provider, but he'll give you a really good start. Under the GoDaddy plan, there are 3 different plans that are available. For a typical personal WordPress blog, the economy in most cases would be perfectly adequate. Gives you a website, 100 gig of storage, which is plenty, unlimited bandwidth, 100 email addresses, which is plenty, and a free domain with your plan. The primary limiting factor of the economy plan is that you only get one website. If you decide that's all you need, then economy is probably going to do the job for you. But if you ever think that you'll ever want to have more than one website, or perhaps allowing other people in your family to host their own website, then the economy is not going to work for you. The next step up is the deluxe plan, which gives you as many websites as you want, unlimited storage, unlimited bandwidth, 500 email addresses. For most personal blogs and families, the deluxe plan is going to be more than adequate. If you need a little bit more than that, then the ultimate plan is the way to go. Unlimited websites, unlimited storage, unlimited bandwidth, 1,000 email addresses, more powerful processors. Backup and restore is probably not necessarily something you need to get from GoDaddy, because you can get a free plugin that'll back up your site automatically. And even with the basic plans, you do get a very, very basic backup and restore option. I went with the deluxe plan, $4.99 a month. One thing to be aware of is that these prices are for a 3-year plan, and GoDaddy typically does not offer discounts on renewals. So once your plan runs out, you're going to have to pay the full price. So I recommend that you get as many years as you can afford, and just be prepared to pay a higher price when your plan expires. Keep in mind, what I'll be showing you today is the Linux web hosting. GoDaddy also offers Windows web hosting. If you want to look into that, then be my guest. I'm not going to be discussing that. And do not confuse the Linux hosting with the managed WordPress hosting. The managed WordPress hosting is a completely different thing. GoDaddy will actually manage your site for you, except for the content. I am not going to discuss that. The purpose of this video is to discuss the Linux hosting. Linux hosting will also support other CMS such as Joomla. Now, I have already established my account with GoDaddy, so I actually already have purchased my domain name, I've purchased my hosting plan and set up my account. So I'm not going to cover that aspect of getting your WordPress site going with GoDaddy. It's pretty easy to do. You should be able to figure that out on your own. If you do need help, you can get help from GoDaddy Tech Support. They're on 24 hours a day. Their support is very good. They're friendly, helpful, and stateside. If you need help, just give them a call. So I want to start out by signing in to my account. And then go to web hosting. And web hosting gives you the option to connect to your cPanel, which is the management interface for your web hosting site. So let's go to that. And the first thing you want to do is go to add-on domains. And here you will enter your new domain name. That's the domain name that you just created. My domain name is BobTestUS. You can take the default for the subdomain and the document root. You can create an FTP account if you desire. I'm going to skip that and click on Add Domain. And we get the message, Add-on domain BobTestUS has been created. So I'm going to go back into the cPanel by clicking on Home. And now I will go to Web Applications. You have the option of WordPress, Joomla, or Drupal, or you can create a PHP bulletin board. This tutorial is about WordPress, so I'm going to click on WordPress. Incidentally, you may have noticed that I am using the Google Chrome browser. I actually attempted to install my WordPress using IE, did not have much success with that. Called GoDaddy Tech Support, and they said yes, IE is not the best browser for installing WordPress on GoDaddy. They recommend Chrome, so that is what I am doing. I'm going to click on Install this application. And you get the options for your domain. I'm going to select bobtest.us. I'm not going to enter a subdirectory, so I will clear that out. I will take the defaults. I'm not going to use the standard WP admin or just admin. I'm going to alter the name. And I want to use a password using uppercase, lowercase, symbols, and numbers. And for now, I'm not going to choose the two-factor. That's probably a pretty good idea. I will do that later, But for right now, to get my website installed and going, I'm not going to use the two-factor. Otherwise, I'm going to select the defaults. And I have actually run into this issue before with GoDaddy. They've confirmed it. The processing seems to spin and spin and spin and never really end. However, if you do a refresh, your install will probably complete within a couple of minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I've actually cut out some of the time from this video to remove the unnecessary delay. So I'm going to hit F5 to refresh. And as you can see, the website has been installed. So I want to go ahead and verify that. As you can see, the website is now functional. It's got the beginning basic website set up. In my next tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate how to customize a WordPress blog using the human template. That's H-U-E-M-A-N. I think the human template is a terrific template, but there are quite a few things I really didn't like about it, so I customized it with a number of plugins, and I'm going to show you some recommended plugins to set up a really terrific WordPress blog with a human template in my next video. See you then.